Hello, beautiful black people. I hope that all is well in your world, and this day was a very, very successful day for you and all of your wonderful, wonderful loved ones. Hope you are having an enjoyable Juneteenth, the 19th of June in the year 2020. I truly, sincerely hope that for all of my beautiful, intelligent black brothers and sisters out there. Know this, my beautiful, intelligent black brothers and sisters. There is a distinct pattern of destruction, of envy, of hatred, of racism that has been demonstrated, displayed, and acted on by mobs of racist white folks for many, many scores of years now. Remember August the 14th, 1908, there was a massacre in Springfield, Illinois, where all black folks was ordered by a white racist mob to leave the city by sundown. That was called the Springfield Massacre in Springfield, Illinois, 1908. Mobs of racist white folks killed hundreds of black folks. In 1921, Tulsa, Oklahoma, May 31st, a whistle was blown. The bombing started. The United States Air Force was used to bomb 35 blocks of a very successful black community called Greenwood, Oklahoma. Also, it was called Black Wall Street. And someone was asked who was destroying their community. It was local government, state government, the local police, state police, the United States Air Force, the federal government, all conspired together to destroy that beautiful, very, very successful black community called Greenwood, Oklahoma. And never forget the Red Summer of 1919, when black soldiers were attacked repeatedly in uniform, hung, killed, just because they were black. That was the Red Summer of 1919. August 5th of 1896, Polk County Massacre. That was the Polk County Massacre. White folks, a white mob, murdered the black railroad workers. August 5th, 1896. July the 29th, in Slocum, Texas. July the 29th, 1919. The Slocum Massacre in Texas. Hundreds of black folks was murdered. Do you know that it took 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation was signed and into law? It took 2.5 years for that news to get to the slaves deep in the heart of Texas. It was June 19th, 2.5 years later, when that Emancipation Proclamation news was given to those slaves in Texas by the Union Army, letting those slaves know that they had been freed 2.5 years earlier. That was the inception of Juneteenth, my beautiful, intelligent black brothers and sisters. July the 19th, 1919, a white mob attacked black folks in our capital, Washington, D.C. This time, the black folks fought back, and hundreds of white folks was killed also, along with hundreds of black folks. July the 27th, 1919, the riot in Chicago, Illinois. White police officers killed blacks. A white mob went through the black community, a very successful black community in Chicago, destroying the community and murdering black folks. September the 30th, in Elaine, Arkansas, there was a massacre. Black farmers was attacked by a mob of white folks with guns. That massacre, 100 to 800 people were killed, both black and white, because that Elaine, Arkansas massacre, the black folks fought back just like they did when they were attacked in Slocum, Texas. Black folks fought back. January 1st, 1923, in Rosewood, Florida, mobs of racist, envious white folks destroyed the town of Rosewood, murdering and hanging black folks. Rosewood, Florida was a very successful community. There has always been a pattern to what these white folks are doing. And that pattern still reveals itself today. Every time black folks organize and make some advancement or have some success regarding justice, equality, political influence, economic progress, etc., etc. Every time that happens on this plantation called America, white folks, racist white folks, will raise up, muster up resistance, and destroy the advances that black folks have made. Just like every successful black community have been destroyed and looted by mobs of racist, hateful, murdering, envious white folks. Wilmington, North Carolina was no different. Richmond, Virginia was no different. Atlanta, Georgia, It happened there. It was called the Auburn Avenue District. It was a very successful black community in Atlanta, Georgia. 300 black folks was murdered during that massacre in Atlanta, Georgia. East St. Louis, Illinois. Ditto for that. No difference. Even small communities like Blackton, New Mexico, and Natchitoches, Kansas, were attacked and destroyed by hateful, racist, envious white folks. There's a pattern, and the pattern is still very effective for black folks today. Look at how Colin Kaepernick tried to offer resistance to police brutality. White folks deflected to another topic, something that wasn't even related to what Colin Kaepernick was doing. It had nothing to do with the American flag, and it had nothing to do with disrespecting the flag or the national anthem. But white folks deflected to that, progressed those lies, propagated those lies, and offered resistance that eventually got Colin Kaepernick ostracized from professional football. There's a pattern that white folks have established. Anytime black folks, people that look like me, are successful, anytime black folks, people that look like me, make some advancements, it triggers that white rage in racist, hate-filled white folks. And they will muster up some way to stop the success of black folks, to stymie any advancements that black folks are making. Do you see how the Republican Party has been on a mission for the last 35, 40 years to prevent black folks from voting with all of their voter restriction laws, with all of their voter ID tactics, etc., etc. There's a pattern. Every time black folks have some success or make some advancement, that white rage is triggered in racist white folks, and they will aggregate and organize and find some method to push back, to nullify whatever success or whatever advancements black folks have made. That's what the destruction of Black Wall Street was about. That's what the destruction of all of these successful black communities that was destroyed by racist white folks. It was their white rage, their hate-filled anger, and their inability to know the difference between what they can do and what they should have done. Still today, when white cops arbitrarily make decisions to kill unarmed black folks, to murder unarmed black folks. It's the same type of white rage, anger, hatred of black folks that inspire these racist white cops to kill, to hurt unarmed black folks. Any success made by black folks will trigger this white rage in racist white folks, and destruction of whatever black folks have achieved, whatever black folks have built, will ensue. That's what I have on this one. Please go to the thrasherway.libsyn.com. There you will have access to all that I do.